Hello, this is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mobile Weekly / Mobile Q&A, where we go over all the latest news that happened during the week and answer your questions live. So if you have a question you would like to ask, just ask it in the comment section down below, and I will get to it before the end of the show. So let's get started. I do apologize ahead of time. I am a little tired. It's been a very long week, just going through everything, trying to get all these videos up. I have about, I want to say, 15 videos scheduled for this week. So a lot of new ones coming out, including tomorrow. We have the ultimate battery charging test. We got our hands on 3 Galaxy S8 Pluses, and we charged them all to see which one and how fast they'll charge. And we also did a final build battery life test, and we will give those results tomorrow. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't already to check out those videos. Also, I just want to remind our newer viewers, we do have a Patreon giveaway, which is in the description down below. Sign up for our Patreon page, donate $1 and get the chance to win one of 3 prizes this month. And that is 2 of those boxes we have back there, which we are currently going to do a review on next week, just so you guys see. It's a smart clock. And also, we also are going to give away Gear S2. So lots of giveaways coming, so check them all out. Now that was said, let's get to the first article of the day. And it is the first concept images of the Galaxy Note 8. And if it does look like this, take my money. This is a beautiful rendition of the Galaxy Note 8. Now, I want to note a few things here. First of all, this does have the dual camera that is expected for the Note 8. I'm hoping with a 3x zoom, or God willing, a 5x zoom, but at least you can expect a 2x times zoom with that dual camera. You can also expect one thing, and that is that this device will have the fingerprint scanner. As it's not on the back, it will be on the front of the screen where the home button is. So unlike on the S8, you're going to get it on the actual home button, so you'll be able to unlock with your fingerprint. So definitely can't wait for that. That is something that I know a lot of us are looking forward to. But Samsung isn't the only one having trouble with this, and that brings us to the next one. So this is what potentially the Note 8 will look like. The other thing you can't see on here is the dual speakers, which we also expect to be on this device, and the 4K display, which we also expect to be on this device. 6 gigs of RAM, all the other stuff we've covered throughout the weeks. So that is, again, the first concept of the Note 8, and you can see that at Vina, or whatever that contact name is, the one who designed it. So go check them out on their social media and give them props for giving us a beautifully designed idea of what the Note 8 will look like. That being said, we also are having issues with that with the iPhone 8. For those of you who haven't checked out our channel, the iPhone 8 isn't coming out this year. We will be doing a video on why that is, but the iPhone 8 will not come out this year. It will be the iPhone 7S, 7S Plus, and either the iPhone 7S Pro or the iPhone X. There will be no iPhone 8 this year. That'll be next year. I don't care what your favorite tech reviewer said. It's not going to happen. It doesn't happen, and it will not happen. So, but one thing they're having issues with is the same thing that Samsung had issues with, and that is getting the amount of numbers they want for the fingerprint scanner to be on the front, underneath the screen, where it actually is embedded into the screen, and you don't have to have the same style of button they did or the same fingerprint scanner they did. It's actually going to be a part of the screen, so seamless. And they can't yield as much as they would like. So that being said, what we are getting a look at is this is one of the designs that Apple had as a backup if the iPhone cannot do the fingerprint scanner on the front, which means it will be, as you see here, full screen. And again, I told you guys it would be more like this. It does look like the iPhone X will be much more inclined to the LG G6 model than the S8. So again, it's not going to have curves that go off of the display like Samsung does. It will more have curves that stop like the G6 does. So if you see the LG G6 in your stores, that is what the iPhone front will look like. Now that being said, you see the dual cameras are still present, and underneath the Apple, you see pretty much right in the middle, which is kind of awkward in my opinion, but you see right in the middle where the fingerprint scanner would be. So this is what could be the fingerprint scanner for the iPhone X device. Now keep in mind, we also expect the back of this phone to be glass on the iPhone X iteration, and it will still be metal for the iPhone 7S and 7S Plus. All of them will have OLED displays, so you are getting OLED displays on all three devices, but as that is going to be the only thing you really get on the iPhone 7S and 7S Plus, for the iPhone X it will have additional features such as glass back, wireless charging, and other features. So that is going to be what we can expect between the iPhone X and the iPhone 7S. What do you guys think, for those of you who do want to buy an iPhone with this upcoming launch, what do you guys think of this? I mean, this to me is a really just not good design. I mean, I understand, look, they go through a lot of iterations of how the iPhone will look like, but the fingerprint scanner on the middle of the phone kind of seems awkward to me. Why don't you just build it into the Apple symbol? That makes the most sense in my opinion. Build it into the Apple symbol. The Apple symbol is almost big enough for most people's fingerprint on the back, so it just makes the most sense. Like if you just go like, that and have the Apple symbol right there, that makes the most sense to me. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. If Apple cannot have the fingerprint scanner on the front of the screen, where do you think it should be? Let me know in the comment section down below. What we're also getting is testing from Samsung on their Galaxy X phone. Now, their Galaxy X, we have talked about this several times over, but Samsung is currently testing these displays out right now to see if we will get it by the end of this year. Again, my bet is this phone will launch in October, November, after the Note 8 and after the iPhone launch. But this device will be, again, having the first bendable display, so there will be no glass, which means you cannot break the display. So that's going to be really good. Obviously, this is the part we've always wanted to get to in smartphones, where we do not have to worry about breaking our screens. Now, this will be a $1,000 plus phone like the iPhone X will be as well. So these are going to be the premium of the premium, but definitely a lot going into this. So I really like the idea of this, and I'm very curious to see how it will be. Again, the idea is you will not be able to break the front of your screen because it will no longer have any glass. Let me know, is this a benefit for you guys? Do you guys see this as a cool benefit? And by the way, this version is showing you the phone that just folds display. I still think it'll be more along the line of the fold open up to a tablet display, but there will be two different kind of styles, so we'll have to wait and see. Alright, in other news, it looks like AT&T still will have the exclusivity on the Galaxy S8 Active, and its current code name is Cruiser. So typically we see the Active series come out around June, around the summertime. We expect it to be around that same time. Who knows if it'll come earlier, if it'll come at the same time. I think that that's a safe bet. By June, you're definitely going to have it. So we'll have to wait and see. And in other news, finally we might get two different kind of accounts, or multiple accounts basically, that you can log into a Google Home. I really would love this because currently me and my wife use it the entire time. And that's really great for us because, we have everything, but everything's on my account. I will say this though, more importantly than anything, Google needs to make reminders happen. Google Home is such an easy design for reminders that you need to do it. You need to do it. So that is the biggest thing that I would love to see, is for Google Home to have reminders. But it is nice that they are expanding so you can have multiple accounts as well. And finally, in the last article that we have this week, courtesy of Android Authority, they have exclusive images from OnLeaks on the Moto Z2. Now, as you can see, it looks very similar to the old last year model, and it does look like it'll still work with all of the add-ons that we had from last year, which is great to see they're not abandoning it a la LG G5 did. So really great that we're going to see that. But the biggest thing about this camera is that it's going to have a dual lens system, and it has enough girth to possibly have more zoom than a 2x. I'm hoping for at least a 3x on there. Again, 5x would be the dream of a smartphone. Only one smartphone has done it. But if you can get that much zoom, it is really great to have that ability. Definitely something I'm looking forward to. Let me know in the comment section down below. Are you interested in the Moto phones? We did review them last year, and hopefully we will get them this year. We still haven't got the G series yet, so I'm hoping that we still have that communication from Moto to get the devices in, but it would really be great to review their future products. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you think the Moto Z2 will make a bigger impact than the Moto Z did last year? Again, the best modular phones out on the market by far. Alright guys, now let's get to your questions. Again, if you have a question you would like to ask, just ask it in the comment section down below and I will answer it before the end of the show. Alright. What are the differences between the Samsung S8 and the S8 Plus? Well, that's simple. There's two differences, the battery life and the screen size. That's it. Everything else is the same between the two devices. The camera quality, everything else is the same. Processor, RAM, speed, all that kind of stuff. It's just the S8 Plus has a bigger battery and will have a longer battery life, and the S8 is smaller. All right. Oh, wow. You guys just started pouring in the questions, so sorry if you asked a question and I didn't see it in the beginning. Ask it again because it's erasing the beginning questions right now. Do you think the S8 Plus is better than the iPhone 7 Plus? I think it'll be close. I do think that the Note 8 will be better than the iPhone 7 Plus easily, to be honest. But the S8 Plus, that'll be a good comparison. When Samsung J Series update, tell me. Samsung J Series, unfortunately, Samsung doesn't update the J Series very often, so you could be waiting a while. I'm live at 5 a.m. Oh, wow. Well, good morning. Thank you for tuning in that early. Is the final version better than pre-production model? Yes, it is. And I, so far, love the final version so much more. I will tell you this. The battery life is even better than the pre-production model. So, exciting. And I will do that review tomorrow. The battery life review. The full review will come up before the launch on Friday, but I'm guessing it'll land around Wednesday or Thursday. We'll see how we can get it up, how quickly we can get it up. Is the S8 Plus your daily driver? Currently, it is my testing driver, and my daily driver is still the S7 Edge because I'm waiting for my T-Mobile phone, which should come Monday or Tuesday for me to get that one. Are you going to change the back of the S8 Plus to the gray version? No, the black one is my current testing model. And then I'm also going to get the silver for my daily driver. Is there an app called the S8 Round Corners to get the rounded corners on any Android phone like the S8? There was a rounded corners app that was back a while ago. Had nothing to do with the S8, but it came out a long time ago. So yeah, you can get that. It just it doesn't look the same though. It's not meant to do the same. It's meant to more make it just rounded corners instead of sharp edges, if that makes sense. Is the S8 Plus worth $100 extra over the S8? Yes, I would say it is for those who want more battery life. And bigger screen, obviously. Can you show me the S8 gameplay? Haven't seen them yet. Gameplay, we did a full gaming review already on the Galaxy S8, so go check out our channel and you will see that gaming review up. And we did test out. I didn't see any lag when I was playing it, but looking back, a lot of you guys did say there was certain lag at certain parts, so that definitely has it's been seen. Hey bro, is the Note going to kill the iPhone X? I would probably say so, yes. Apple should have it on the Apple logo as a fingerprint scanner. Again, that's what I think would be the smartest thing. Injustice. Yes, I did pre-order Injustice 2. Um, it should be on the camera. Please show gameplay. Again, I already did that. Um, Puppet Master, stop asking that same question or I will remove you. Can you explain VPN and how I can put it on the S7? So VPN is basically makes it secure so that no one else. Sorry, just hold on one second. Okay. VPN makes it secure so that when you have you're in a public Wi-Fi area, no one can get into your stuff. It stops people, so it's a form of security that travels with you. Now, how you put on your S7 Edge? Simple. Just download a simple app called Opera VPN. That's my favorite one, and use it. It can also trick a provider into thinking you're in a different country. So when I was in Europe, I could not watch my Netflix, but if I logged into my VPN, then I could watch my Netflix because Netflix will not play a U.S. account in another country. So I had to make it think I was still in the U.S. Okay. You do a good job on the video. Thanks to help me. No problem, Patrick. I'm glad you liked it. Screen protector though. Well, screen protector you obviously wouldn't need it because your screen will no longer break, so there's no need for a screen protector. For my birthday, should I get the S7 Edge or buy the S8 instead? I would be getting it on a contract, so it would be cheaper. I think the S8 is well worth the upgrade price if you're willing to pay it. And happy birthday, Jack. Who has received their S8? Oh, let me know. Hopefully tomorrow. So most people are going to just pre-order the S8. VPN works, but it slows down, in my opinion. IP Vantage VPN is a really easy setup. So yeah, that's another good VPN. Any news on the battery capacity upcoming on the S8 Active? No, but since the phone is bulkier, Samsung can make a bigger battery, so I would expect a 4,000 milliamp battery on the S8 Active. Note 8 dual cameras. Note 8 will have dual cameras. My S8 is on the way. Hope you get it tomorrow. Yep. Christ, it looks like the iPhone 7 Plus is an electrum with electromagnets. That's hilarious. Probably the same. Yeah. Again, I would say 4,000 milliamp battery is a good thing. Note 8 dual camera. Note 8 will have dual camera. S8. Does S8 have motion photo? Yes, S8 still has motion photo. Have you tried survivor cases on the S8 Plus? No, I have not. Timothy, I do request anytime you guys want to see me review something, such as a case that I've not reviewed or anything along those lines, please tag me on whatever social media you're at. Tag me at YouTube Tech Guy, and just tag me on there and ask whatever company and get them to send us stuff. I mean, you guys have made us able to review. You guys are the reason why we reviewed the LG phones before and why we reviewed the Moto phones before. So yeah, you guys are the reason for that. So I all props to you guys. JBL actually sent us something because of you guys too. So please keep sharing that you want us to review, so that they will allow us to review their products. How is manual mode? Pro mode is really good, although I haven't really said it changed much. I would not say that. Any chance of pre-orders for the S8 will arrive a couple days early? Yeah, a lot of pre-orders in the US are arriving early. Are you using the Galaxy S8 Plus as your daily driver? I'm using it as my main testing one. My daily driver will be replaced by the S8 Plus Silver version once I get my T-Mobile one, and then we're going to do speed test comparison from AT&T and T-Mobile as well. Because T-Mobile has the higher band rate in Los Angeles, so I'm really curious to see how fast it is. Is the Snapdragon 800 variant inferior to the Exynos version this year? we will be doing comparisons with that. So first, we will be doing a benchmark comparison between Full HD and QHD. So we'll have that comparison up probably by Tuesday. And then we'll also be doing a Exynos versus a Snapdragon. But here's the thing. So my pre-production model, there will be final software coming out for it. But as soon as that software comes out is when I can do that comparison. So until I get that final software, I don't want to do the comparison because it would be unfair. You have 3 times the viewers of the live stream. And a couple of months ago, when you started, we had about 40 viewers. Actually, so I can see it a lot more accurately compared to most people. So from my count, the viewership right now is at about 300. But like I noticed when you guys see it, you guys only see, actually, no, sorry. 300 was at the beginning. Now it's up to 500 right now. We're actually 576 to be exact. So that's how much viewership we have now. So yes, we have grown exponentially. And I thank you guys for tuning in, watching live. And thank you for all the new viewers we've gotten. It really has been great. And I've taken a lot of your guys' feedback. And I'm proving like, okay, the audio is too low. Let's up the audio on every video from now on. And I'm taking a lot of the feedback that you guys are giving back. And I'm trying to improve the channel based on that. While keeping everything that the core things that made this channel what it is. Do you know how long it will take the S8 Plus to deliver to my house? It depends on the carrier. Sorry if this has been asked, but what phone is your phone, Snapdragon or other? I have an Exynos pre-production model and I have a Snapdragon final build. Can you test between CPU? I will test that. I already said that I will. That should be up Tuesday. I'm not very smart, so I'm just wondering, should the S8 price go down after pre-order? No, they usually will not go down. There'll be like promotions, maybe even BOGO deals, buy one, get one free, like probably in the summer and all that kind of stuff. And maybe even a few weeks after launch, but nothing as far as I've heard so far. So I will say that mine said it shipped on Friday, but when I actually went to the UPS, it actually shows that only the tag was print. It actually hasn't left the facility. So I'm waiting for that. S8 should be better than the iPhone 7. The S8 most likely will be, but the Note 8 definitely will be. Do you think it's worth it for Samsung to order that cost of $900? I would say yes. For the AKG headphones, unfortunately, because of how Samsung did it, I don't think I qualify for that, which kind of sucks. I would have bought it on Samsung's website if I had known that. But it looks like because I bought it through T-Mobile's website, I might not get those AKG headphones. Really wonky. I think Samsung should have handled that much better, to be honest, if that turns out to be true. I just wanted it because I wanted to review them and then give them away to you guys. So that really sucks if I'm not going to get them, because I would have paid the $100 and that would have been the month for review or the monthly giveaway. Can you show a great screen protector for the S8 that's case friendly? We did review the OtterBox Alpha Glass already, so we have reviewed the Alpha Glass already. I have reached out to Zag, but please, guys, if you can, reach out to Zag on Twitter, on Instagram, or wherever, on Facebook, and reach out to them and tag me in it at Zag. Please send your glass screen protector for the S8 Plus to at YouTube Tech Guy. Please do that for me, guys, right now, and we can get that one because that's the one everyone's asking for. And I want to get it before launch. If not, I'll try to get it after launch. But yeah, I'm definitely looking out for that. Does the old fast charger work with the phone? The old fast charger does work with the phone, but you're going to need this little adapter to change it from micro USB to Type-C. Is the Note 8 going to have dual camera? Yes. Does it have double tap to unlock? Nope, but you can just press the home button, so one tap to unlock. You have to program that though, which I believe we did in a hidden features video. Why are you not saying the Android guy, because we have changed from the Android guy since February. We did videos on that, on why we changed the channel. Basically, we expanded beyond Android and we do smart home stuff now. We're doing a smart lock in this upcoming week. So we have a lot of other things besides just Android now. We just reviewed a laptop. These things have nothing to do with Android. And we wanted to grow the company. So really my thing behind that was that, again, my goal is to eventually get to $5,000 a month on a steady basis. If I can do that, I can quit my job and do this full time. But we have to get to that part. And by expanding beyond just Android, it allows us to review many more products. Now, the S8 videos have blown us up, so obviously I am doing more and more of those videos because, whereas normally I would get 1,000 to 10,000 or 1,000 to 5,000, really, to be honest, on most videos, these are getting, 20,000. We already have 2 videos that hit 100,000 within the first 2 weeks. So these are getting us a lot more views. So, of course, I'm going to keep making those because that's growing the channel. So yeah, I've answered that question a couple times. Great reviews, bro. Got T-Mobile. Should I get the S8 or iPhone X? I mean, iPhone X will be better than the S8 in my opinion, but the Note 8 might be better than the iPhone X. So if you're waiting for that, then wait for that comparison. A while ago, you mentioned the Note 8 could have its fingerprint sensor on the home button. Does that mean it will be a physical home button or the button figured? So they are going to figure out the fingerprint scanner on the screen by then. They're producing it now, so they'll have enough time to build out the 10 million plus phones they'll need before the end of the year. Thank you for all your useful tips. Well, no problem. Thank you for watching, John. Hey, Ricky, I was able to do all the battery saving on the S7 Edge. How much of a difference is it on this on the S8 Plus in comparison? So the S8 Plus, I will say this, our pre-production had about 6 hours of screen on time at only 1080p. This one got more than that with Quad HD display. With my tricks. So really good battery life, and again, that will come out tomorrow. Samsung Pay will work like it does. Yes, Samsung Pay continues to work on the S8 Plus, no problem. You're doing great videos. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that. How is the fast wireless charging on the retail version? That's coming up tomorrow at 8 a.m. I believe is when the video is launching. We have fast wireless charging and 2 regular wireless charging. And check out that video because I had to do something crazy for that to get 3 devices. What is the best case with a clip for the S8 Plus? I normally go OtterBox. OtterBox is the only one that I know still has a clip, to be honest. I know Verizon also carries some that have a clip exclusively, but those are the only 2 that I know of off the top of my head. Can you do a video showcasing how many apps fit on the S8 screen, like camera, etc.? You can do up to, I'll just tell you right now. You can do up to a 5x6, so a 5x5 grid home screen, and then a 5x6 grid app drawer. So that's how many you can fit at once. When are you going to review these Samsung decks? I pre-ordered it day 1, so as soon as it comes in. I pre-ordered decks. I pre-ordered a fast wireless charger. They will be next month's giveaway. And yeah. What's the difference between battery life versus QHD and HD? I have not tested the HD version on my final build, so we'll have to wait and see. What does the S8 have? Good RAM management aggressively? So on the final build, no, it's still about the same. I'm getting about 1 gig on average of free RAM, so not much better. Have you tested dual Bluetooth function on the S8? I have 2 R1 speakers I want to use on my S8. Oh, Jason, you can do that right now without the R1 speakers. Or sorry, with the R1 speakers, you can do that via Wi-Fi. So if you want via Wi-Fi, you can download Samsung's multi-room app, and it will connect both. However, of course, yes, you can do dual speaker with the S8, and I have done it to two speakers already. Different companies, that's what was crazier. One was Braven and one was JBL, and it worked fine. Any good fast third-party chargers for the S8, wireless chargers for the S8? Unfortunately, I will say I have never seen a third-party charger, wireless charger, that actually fast wirelessly charge the S8, and there's a very good reason for that. Samsung made their own technology to fast wireless charge. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, see, so the standard charging that most people use is Qi wireless charging. It's the Q and I symbol. And here's the thing with that standard. They don't have fast charging yet. There is no standard for Qi fast wireless charging. It's why LG G6 does not have fast wireless charging. Samsung couldn't wait for Qi to come up with its own standard, so it just brought its own solution. That being said, they are the only ones that have that solution, which is why you can only get fast wireless charging on a Samsung fast wireless charger. Now, the old fast wireless charger, I did confirm, does work. That was a pre-production thing that it wasn't working. So the old one does fast wirelessly charge the S8 just fine, but the new one obviously does as well. What is the next giveaway? The next giveaway will be the fast wireless charger for the S8 or any Qi wireless standard, which will even work with the iPhone X later this year, so even Apple users can use it later this year. You're doing great. Thank you. Appreciate that. Old wireless charger still works. You getting the Galaxy Note 8? I will get it. When? Is the new fast wireless charging worth $90 price tag when you can get aftermarket fast wireless chargers for around $20? Again, aftermarket chargers, I have not seen one. If you have one, please let me know so I can review it. I have not seen one that actually does fast wireless charging on a Samsung device. They say it's fast wireless charging, but it just means it's powered by a 2 amp instead of a 1 amp, and that does nothing for the actual receiving part. So it does not fast charge it. It just makes it so that you can put it, you don't have to position it perfectly in place. That's all that means. Do you like the progression Samsung has made in the past 5 years of phones compared to other flagships? Do you think they lead the future in handheld AI technology? I do not think they lead the future in handheld AI technology, even though they bought out the company who made Siri, Viv. They bought out Viv, but as of right now, I don't know. Yeah. Did you get the $99 VR package? I did get the VR package. I did not get the $99 one, so yeah. Will TouchWiz slow down the S8? Well, that's kind of hard to tell since I've only used TouchWiz. I haven't put on Nova yet. I will put on Nova on my final one. I wish I could grow a beard like this dude. Thanks, although it grows very quickly. I'm already getting stubble and I shaved yesterday. So yeah, what can I say? iPhone is the best. Have you seen the home button funeral? No, I've not seen the home button funeral, although that sounds hilarious. Will there be a Samsung fast wireless charger with for the Auto? So I saw concepts of a car charger with fast wireless charging from Samsung. It never came to fruition. I'm pretty pissed off it didn't. I saw that back when the Note 7 came out, and it never came out. So that sucks. What about the unlocked versions? I have not seen any unlocked versions yet, although Best Buy tends to carry them if you want it in the US. And of course Amazon. According to you, the S8 is better than the iPhone 7. I think it's hard enough. Oh, the S8 is better than the iPhone 7. Yes, the S8 is better than the iPhone 7. Although we will have our full comparison so you can see which categories the iPhone 7 is better than the S8 and which categories the S8 is better than the iPhone 7. We have our full reviews coming out. Now that we have the final build of the S8, we can do our full reviews. Or, sorry, full side-by-side comparisons. We already have the camera comparisons up, though. Is it worth getting an OtterBox over a Spigen? I like the OtterBox quality. I would say better than Spigen. That's just my opinion, though. I'm still using the iPhone 6 Plus. Getting tired of it, but the S8 looks badass. Yeah. Can you test out the Rhino Shield bumper case? Again, tell them to send me one, and I would love to. The Type-C add-on to the old wireless charger is available on Amazon. Oh. Then yeah, then you're, yeah, they are. I know they are. Show your S8 show games. Again, Puppy Master, I have a video on it. Go on our channel, and we have a gaming review where we go over 4 different gameplay games. Some people on Reddit are saying that the old wireless chargers work but don't fast charge. I might have started that rumor. The reason why is because the pre-production version did not do it. It did not fast charge with the old charger. However, I got the final build of the S8 now, and it does work with the old fast charger and the new fast charger. So yes, all good, guys. And I did say when I said that I want to wait before saying it for the final build because of that. Best case with the clip for again, I already answered that. All right. What is Apple going to announce in June? All that Apple is going to announce in June is their WWDC, which they announced a new OS, all software. That's all they're doing in June, is just announcing software. That's it. Wow, so people can see my message right now? Yes. Didn't catch the part about the AKG headphones. How do I get them with the S8 Plus? So, if I'm understanding this correctly, how you got to get the headphones for the $100 for the S8 Plus, and I will see when I get the phone. I'm going to try to test it out and make sure to see if that can. But it looks like you had to do it from Samsung's website to buy it directly, and then you would get it. But yeah, I will tell you guys, after getting it, I'm actually going to do a video on explaining how you do the free VR headset for the Galaxy S8. So I will do a video on that. What's some great apps for students for the S8 Plus? Office, Word, PowerPoint, Excel, but get it from the Samsung Galaxy App Store instead of the Google Play Store, because that way you're going to get better. So yeah. What I mean by that is you're going to get a better version than the one that Google Play Store has. So get that version, not the Google Play Store version. Yep, you put a ton of videos up on the S8 and S8 Plus. Thank you, I appreciate that. Does the S8 have 1000 FPS slow motion recording as rumored? No, it does not. Yes, so you get these AKG headphones, but there was something with $100 that you get these like $400 over-the-ear headphones, AKG headphones that were really high-end, and it only cost you $100. You got that with a 256 gig memory card. That was a pre-order promotion that Samsung had. Okay. Alright, unfortunately I just have to do it, so I'm going to remove that person just because can't say I didn't warn you. Alright. Okay. Sorry about that. If I tell you to stop or I will remove you, then stop or I will remove you. Alright. iPhone X will suck. I don't think iPhone X will suck. Galaxy Note 8 release date, again, with the Galaxy Note 8, it typically comes out in August. That's when we expect it until leaks say otherwise. Hello, are you getting the Galaxy Note 8 Plus? Who knows? Most likely. I have in the past, so good chance. Eva Hill, what's up, man? I haven't seen you in a while. Do you know if the Note 8 will have a removable battery? No Samsung phone will ever have a removable battery because Samsung Pay requires the battery to be sealed. So no. The back cannot come off of the phone in a Samsung high-end flagship smartphone because of Samsung Pay. Can you do a video on the best apps for VR? I have the list ready for that, but I have not done it. So yes, I will do that. That'll probably be in about a week or so, though, just when I get the new VR. Do a speed test against the iPhone 7 Plus. I don't like speed tests against devices because, to be honest, they're not a real representation of how you use the phone. Go on FunBuff if you want to see that. I don't believe in that kind of test because, first of all, most general public does not have 8 apps open at the same time, and it's just not for me. I don't believe in that. Yeah. I can tell you I use both devices and I don't notice lag on either one most of the time. But if I, as a power user, really stress out an iPhone or a Samsung, they will lag. I've done it. Every single iPhone I've ever gotten has lagged incredibly and has crashed apps incredibly every single time I use it when I first set it up because it is not used for power users. And I believe that's just how the OS is made. The OS isn't made for power users in general for iOS. What case do you recommend? I like a lot of cases. I mean, I have a spec case right now and a Caseology case right now. I've a couple of OtterBox's cases still. I'm swapping out cases, trying to see which one I'm gonna stick with. Can you make a video on apps on to make apps fit the ratio with the black bars? Yes, there is a way to do that for every single app on the S8. So every single app on the Galaxy S8 can fit the 18.5 by 9 aspect ratio, and I will do that video shortly, actually. Where you live? I live in Los Angeles. I need to buy a new case for the S7 Edge. I normally use OtterBox, but I'm thinking Spigen. How do you feel about Spigen? I honestly only get Spigen when it comes to getting a case before the launch. I'm not the biggest fan of them, but they have a lot of fans. Do you think it's a great idea to trade in the iPhone 7 Plus for an S8? I think it would be a better idea to trade the iPhone 7 Plus for an S8 Plus. But that's my opinion. Just so you get the better battery life. What is Apple announcing in June? I already said that. Hi, you are awesome. Thank you, Summit. I get your notifications every time you do a different video. And I got to tell you that your introductions is funny as hell. You're the one guy I follow, buddy. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Do you know anything about the LG V30? No, I do not know anything yet about it. You have something on the back of your chin. Hopefully I don't know. Anything there? Anything? Did you know that the S8 and S8 Plus don't have the following features? It does have Smart Stay. It does have Smart Capture. Smart Alert Quick. It has, I believe, almost every one of those features. It has Palm Capture. It has Direct Call. It has Smart Capture. And it has Smart Stay. I don't know about the other two because I don't use those. But yes, it has all of those at least, I can tell you. Does the Midnight Black color show more scratches and fingerprints than other? Well, I haven't scratched my phone. I rarely scratch my phone ever. But fingerprints, yeah, it shows them. How much faster is Samsung's fast wireless charger compared to other wireless chargers? About double the time. What do you think about the delay of Bixby? I think it is a miss for Samsung to not have Bixby right at launch, but in my opinion, Bixby Vision is far better than Bixby. I will be doing a video on how to remap it though, as I have already mapped it for messages and for my game launcher when I hold down the Bixby button. Although it's not doing it right now. Why aren't you doing that right now? Oh. Oh, the update on the app. Okay, I have to do it again apparently. Okay, yes, I have to do it again apparently, but yes. And I have a new recommended app for that, so I'm going to do that video as well on how to change Bixby button until Bixby comes out. Is Samsung QC 4.0 compatible, or is only 2.0 compatible? 2.0. Will you keep the screen protector on day to day, or do you think it's needed? I don't think it's needed. For my opinion, the Alpha Glass had a lot more fingerprints than my normal screen, so I took it off personally. What do you know about the Gear S3? I want to get it with the S8 Plus. Do you know about the Gear S4 release date or rumors? No, but the Gear S4 will most likely come out with the Galaxy Note. So whenever the Note comes out, that's when the Gear S4 will probably come out. Got it. I'm going to check that out after word of the death of the home button. That sounds funny. Can you make a video comparing all Galaxy phones until this generation of Galaxy S versus each other? I would love to make that video if I had every Galaxy S phone still, which I don't, unfortunately. So I cannot. Do you think Bixby will be better than Siri? Yeah, I think Bixby will be better than Siri. I do not, however, think it'll be better than Google Assistant, and that's just me being honest. But we'll have to wait and see. How you think of Bixby compared to Google Assistant is simply this. With Bixby, it's more of it's just about getting things done instead of asking questions and answering them. Like, you're not going to ask Bixby, oh, who's the president of this, or what's the population of that? That's not what Bixby's for. So that's the difference that I think most people aren't going to connect unless they are told that. I know this might sound superficial, but will the Orchid Gray look okay for a man to own? I would have gotten the Orchid Gray, to be honest, if I could have, to be honest. So yes, I would have gotten it. I just got the silver because I wanted to get a day one, and silver will most likely be more available quicker. Do you think the Note 8 be just the SA Plus with a pen? Oh no, it's going to be far better. Have you gotten the free VR with the pre-order of the S8? I tried to do it, and then the website said it didn't let me do anything. No, you cannot do it till you get your S8. Until you get your S8, you cannot do the pre-order thing. What case is that on your phone? This case is a Spec Presidio case, I believe. Grip case. Do you know if T-Mobile pre-orders are getting the VR with it? You're not getting it at the same time. You have to file it after you get the device. You cannot do the pre-order until you are sorry. You cannot do the oops. Sorry, had to get that. You cannot do the pre-order. You cannot do the application for the free VR till you get your phone. Whoa, sorry. Whole bunch of questions just loaded. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to find out the questions because a whole bunch just loaded. Hi, Ricky. My S7 Duos updated. Now several apps keep closing. What can I stop from this from happening? Honestly, the best thing to do is to do a factory reset. Back up your phone using Smart Switch to a PC or Mac, and then after you backed it up, reset your phone and do it. That's typically, if something went wrong when it updated, so now that it's having those issues. Um, will the older Gear VR models be compatible with the S8? Yes. How can I keep what's on the S8 Plus private screen private from people standing and sitting next to me? They do have those screen protectors. I believe Zag has it. Those privacy ones. So they do make them. Uh, when do you think the foldable Galaxy will come out? Again, my guesses is November, just like the Note Edge came out around that time. So October, November, my guess. If we get it this year, but it would have to be announced at the same time as the Note 8 for that to happen. Can you transfer what is Apple Music to the S8? Yeah, you have Apple Music. Apple Music, the app, you have that on Android, so you can just sign in. Hey Ricky, some people posted new videos saying that Samsung made a new design for the S8. Is that true? Um, no, they did not make a new design for the S8. Like since it's been announced, no. Are the box earphones worth $100 if they are sold in retail? I don't think that specific version of AKG headphones is available for sale, to be honest. I think that's something they just put in there, but they made it the same quality as their $100 headphones. So there will be a Note 8. Yes, there will be a Note 8. When is the new Gear 360 coming out? I mean, it should be out at launch, theoretically, but we don't know if there's been any delays or if there's just not going to be that much inventory. Did you see the rumor of the iPhone X possibly having the built-in fingerprint scanner? Yes. Did you see the rumor of that not being happening now on the beginning of the show? Great tech. You always deliver great information. Thank you. I appreciate that. How much do you think the Note 8 will cost? Probably around the same price as the Note 7. Maybe $50, $100 more. Who knows? Can you do a video on BX Actions app? You can use it to... I would not get BX Actions, to be honest. I would get one... The only one that I would trust with it is Bixby Remap. That's the actual app name. BX Actions seemed a little fishy to me. I've been here, bro. Just haven't had questions stuck with the LG V20. Well, until the Note 8 comes out. Got it. Appreciate all this knowledge. You do know your shit. Thank you. Appreciate it. What is a good Samsung smartphone other than the Galaxy S or Galaxy Note line? The A series would be the best one outside of those two, but they aren't in the US. And then followed by that, the J series is kind of like mid entry level. What do you think about D-brand skins? Will it protect the S8? D-brand doesn't protect anything. It just makes it look good. I'm fine with it. I quite frankly, I mean, I don't know if they ever might sponsor us, but I just quite frankly think too many YouTubers sponsored by D-brand, in my opinion. Like, what about Skin It? What about Slick Wraps? Those are the ones I've used. So, what are the benefits of Bluetooth 5.0? Longer range, can pair with 2 devices at the same time, and a couple of other things. Sub cases make Unicorn Beetle cases. That's amazing. I would love to review them. Please tag me and them on Twitter, and so we can get them and review them. I want to... okay, so I've already said about Bixby. Hi, Ricky. Greetings. Which one would you recommend, the S8 or the S8 Plus, in terms of size comparison and difference between the S7 Edge and the S8? The S7 is small, or the S8 is going to be smaller compared to the S7 Edge in terms of phone size, but it has a bigger screen. Personally, I am a power user, so I always go with the biggest battery. So for me, it would be easy. It's the S8 Plus. Will the S8 Plus help me fight off liberal iPhone snowflakes? No, it will not. But it will impress them. So will the S8 side panel app feature like the Note Edge? Yes, I'm probably the last person to ever use the Note Edge. The side panel app is an evolution of the one we saw on the Note 7 Edge display, but nothing is ever quite going to be like the Note Edge one was. Although, in my opinion, it's gotten better than that one was now. Do you think the Apple Watch will ever work with Samsung phones? I bought one for an iPhone, but I'm getting an S8 Plus. I don't know if I should leave it on the shelf. I would sell it and maybe put that money towards a Gear S3 watch. iPhone 8 will come out next year, not this year. Is the G6 worth upgrading from the G5? I believe it is. I believe it's definitely worth it for an upgrade. Much better camera compared to the G5. Guys, stop picking on the iPhone users, and especially with the gay part. Sorry about how do you guys get the phones before launch? Oh, well, it's getting the right tie-ins, basically. You have to get, you start by getting views, and then they ask you if you would like early access, but you have to sign your life away that if you, mess up their embargo, you're done. So yeah, that's basically it. But they have to reach out to you. Is the 32-bit DAC on the S8 better than the V20? I have no idea. I am not an audiophile. Check out Juan Carlos's Bagnells at Pocket Now on Pocket Now's YouTube channel. He will be doing a full audio review, and he will be the one to tell you if it's better than the V20. All I can say is it sounds great. Not really feeling the bendable screen other than the screen being protected. I'm curious to see how the phones function and look. So am I. How do you get the free VR if you order no link on Samsung site? It's samsungpromotions.com for the link for your free VR. Do you have a fire extinguisher on standby just in case a phone spontaneously combusts? Well, this is my house, so it's not like I go to a separate place to record. So yes, I have fire extinguishers at my house. 2 stories, so one on each floor. Just common sense, right? Not specifically for phones, by the way, or electronics. Although I do have a lot of electronics. What other features are there on Bluetooth 5.0 besides multiple devices at once? Much further and much stronger signal, definitely. Did Apple sabotage the Samsung Galaxy Note 7? No, they did not. Does carrier bloatware create a notable lag on apps that are disabled on the S8? No, if you disable them, they are not running in the background, so no, it doesn't create a lag at all. On the commuter OtterBox case, does it have a lip to protect the screen fall face down? Yes, it does. Can you tell us a little bit more about the screen aspect ratio of black bar video? Simply put, you have a 18.5 display on this phone, so just so you guys can see. So if I played a video, right? This is a 16:9 video, right? But I can make this video be a 18.5:9, so it takes up the full screen, but a little bit of it is trimmed off at the top and the bottom and zoomed in on. So that's how it does it. So yeah, that's the differences. What are your thoughts on other Samsung smartphones? I already said that. In your opinion on having a screen protector for the S8 Plus because of terrible glare, because I'm going to have to have the OtterBox anyway. Again, it's not for me. I would just honestly, and I'm being honest about this, I would have a cleaning cloth with you for the Alpha Glass one. That's my opinion. What's your opinion on the Galaxy S628? I don't know what that is. Is that an actual device? I have never heard of this device. It's a 4.5-inch display with 2 SIMs. It's definitely from another country that, so yeah, I don't know anything about it. I'm sorry. iPhone design concept does not look attractive. Hope that is not what the final build looks like. We all hope so. Um, the SD835 can't beat the 6-month-old A10. So what do you think will happen when the A11 comes out? What do you mean by it can't beat it? It can't beat it in what? Because in multi-core processing, it already did. In single core, yeah, the A10 beat it in most comparisons, but not all. But then again, who gives a shit about benchmarks? Well, some of you guys do, obviously. That's why I do benchmark tests. But it's all about how you use it and how you do it. Like I said, every single Apple phone I've ever had, A10 processor, A9 processor, A10X processor, all of them, they've all lagged and crashed apps. Never had one that didn't. But they're not made for power users. They're not. iOS is not made for power users. It's made for everyday users. So it's their clientele. And that's all they need to do to keep making so much money. How fast would T-Mobile's new gigabit LTE be on the S8, being the first and only phone compatible with speeds when it launches? I will tell you as soon as I get it. So yeah. Is the S8 display that much better than the S7 Edge, worth the upgrade? In my opinion, yes. I am in love with the S8 display. And especially now that I have the final build, every app is on the full display. So I love it. My iPhone bent. What should I do? To be honest, just get it fixed. There's nothing else there's no trick around that. If it bent, it bent. Did you see the rumor of the next iPhone? Yes, I already addressed that one. Best tech on YouTube, hands down. Thank you very much for that. I have a Gear S2. What should I wait for, the Gear S4 or the Gear S3? I would personally wait at this point, but that's me. I like to have the latest and greatest, but would you need that? Probably not, but it's up to you. The Gear S3 is a great watch. It's my daily driver smartwatch. I received my Galaxy S8 Plus final version today. Oh, awesome. Congratulations, man. Is there a noticeable difference between the 835 and over the 820 and 821? I'm not sure if it's a software difference, but the 835 the S8 is much faster than the S7. I will say that. Now, again, that could be software difference, though, as well as hardware difference. What cloud service do you back up your information on your phone? I use Smart Switch to transfer every phone to phone. So when I move from this phone to my T-Mobile S8, I will be using Smart Switch. However, I do use both Samsung Cloud Backup and Google Cloud Backup. I'm very paranoid about losing any information. And we just had a bunch of questions load again. Is there something wrong with the S8 pre-order models? If not, why are Samsung releasing them early? Because Samsung's not releasing them early. First of all, they sent them to carriers, and carriers are releasing them early. So Samsung did not release them early. I just wanted to point that out. Why have you solely focused on the S8? I have solely focused on the S8 because those views are extremely much more compared to everything else that we've been doing. Now, we still did the Galaxy Tab S3 video. We're still doing the P10 10 hidden features video. But, those videos get, again, 1,000 to 5,000 views on average. Almost every S8 video has gotten over 10,000 views. So, what would you do? How are you able to get the S8 so early? Again, you have to get early access to it. Ricky, can you see my questions? Yes, I did, Brian. I answered at least one of them already, I remember. How do you feel about the change of Bixby? Again, it kind of sucks for Samsung that it wasn't ready at launch. Already answered that about the commuter case. I've heard that the best battery on a phone budget is the Moto Z Play. Is it still worth buying? The Moto Z Play was an amazing phone. Is it still worth buying, though? I would have to see what price point it currently is at compared to what else. So, because now the Moto G5 Plus should be a consideration for that, too. Do you think Samsung makes too many smartphone lines or a good thing, or bunch of smartphone lines? I think Samsung needs to make a high-quality mid-range across the world. So the A series is sort of a mid-range series, but it's not across the world. It's mainly in China only. So yeah. Can Bluetooth 5.0 features on the S8 work with my Bluetooth 4.0 smartwatch? Yes, it will work. However, the features depends. It's not going to get the distance improvement without both devices being 5.0. So it wouldn't get that feature. Are there speakers? I'm not sure what you're referring to, Aaron. How big will the battery be on the Note 8? Don't know. Will the difference between the S8 and the Note 8 be the same phone or bring more technology that the Note 8 will do? So the Note 8 will have more features than the S8. How come Samsung is able to figure out the fingerprint scan on the screen and Apple cannot? Well, that's simple. Samsung is a manufacturing company. So the difference is that Apple buys their parts from everyone else, where Samsung makes most of their parts so they can get things quicker. Apple, the saying of the internet, or in the tech world rather, has always been, Apple is a marketing company that sells technology. Samsung is a manufacturing company that sells technology. Both happen to sell technology, but neither one necessarily cares about technology. They care about the manufacturing for Samsung, and Apple cares about the marketing to give them both what they want in terms of sales and revenue. Thanks for all the info. You know your stuff. Thanks, Carlos. Do you think the Xiaomi Mi Mix will come to the States? No. I think, if anything, maybe the Xiaomi Mi Mix 2 might come to it because of the overwhelming positive feedback, but the Xiaomi Mi Mix 1 will not. Which just sucks because the white one is beautiful in the at CES. All right. What is the LG G6? What phone is better, the LG G6 or the V20? I would go with the G6. Better software improvements by far compared to the V20, in my opinion. And it should have a better camera than the V20, especially in low light. All right. Ever use any Tech 21 cases? I love Tech 21 cases. Tech 21 actually sent us cases last year for the S7 and did not send us it for the S8. Again, please, if you can, you guys can pause this, or not pause the video for a second, but pull up another tab or do, split screen or minimize this and message at Tech21. Please send the at YouTube Tech Guy cases for the Galaxy S8 Plus. We want to see his take on the cases and his feedback on it. Would really appreciate it. Did you set up a guide for first-time users for the S8 Plus? I did for iPhone users. If you check out our walkthrough of switching from an iPhone to the S8, that is the end of the video where I do a brief walkthrough on the Galaxy S8 Plus. That will come out as a separate video later this week. Would you give away your pre-production Galaxy S8 Plus? No, I actually cannot. How generally those devices work is that you have to send it back after a certain amount of time period. So you have to send a phone back after 30 days, 60 days, or 90 days, depending on the manufacturer. You don't get to keep them. New iPads, when? New iPads just came out. You just got new iPads. The new iPad just came out. Will there be another iPad release? Possibly. We will see it when the Macs come out in October. Can you improve the display on the S8? Not too much. Depends on what you want. You can do it more so it's not as vibrant and it's more realistic. You can do that, but it depends on what you want, what you mean by improve. It's the best screen out. Somebody asked for the round corners app, Cornifly. There you go. Thank you. All right. What do you prefer, Samsung or Apple? overall, I have preferred Samsung. Apple is not for me. I acknowledge how good they are, but they are just not for me. They never have been. I don't like limitations. Apple has a great ecosystem, but you're too locked in for my liking. What are your thoughts on the Bixby app being delayed? I answered that already. Yeah. When do you think the 18 by 9 videos will become more into the norm? They will never become the norm. 18.5 by 9 will never become the norm. I know LG made a big deal about it, like 18 by 9 is going to be the main thing. Some directors switch to it. You're talking about direct, like, that is bullshit. When LG said that, I was like, you're fucking bullshitting me. That it is not the norm. It will never be the norm. So no, 16 by 9 will continue to be the standard. Do you think Bixby will be coming to the Gear S3? No, it'll go to the Gear S4. I don't think it'll go to the Gear S3. In my opinion, it could, but yeah. So the new T-Mobile speed increase is effective immediately. The new T-Mobile speed is effective immediately. This does not include the 600 spectrum they just got. That is not till the end of the year when that will come out. However, the gigabit speed, they are, as far as my knowledge is, that they are the only carrier that has that right now. So for that spectrum, yes, they do already have that in a few cities, and that is available now. Thanks for the videos. Can you explain what makes you a power user? How many emails, text messages? It's not just that. It's that I do apps continuously. Like I don't slow down. Like most people, when you're downloading apps, for instance, you're not going to be doing a bunch of other things because you're downloading apps. I download over 120 apps every time I turn on my smartphone for the first time. The normal person would not be using their smartphone when doing this because your phone is just going through so much. However, I'm not the normal person. I do keep doing things. I'm like, okay, I need to set up this account. I need to set up this account. I need to do this. So I'm setting up multiple things at the same time, getting through everything, going through lots of different stuff, and I use a phone to its full ability. If a phone can do split screen, I'm going to be doing split screen all day. If a phone can do, whatever, GPS accuracy, if a phone can do, iris scanner, I am going to use every single feature that phone has to offer. That's what makes me a power user. How many hours of screen on time are you seeing on the S8 Plus? On the pre-production model, we saw 6 hours. However, we got the final version, and that video will come out tomorrow on the full battery life for the S8 Plus, and we will go over what we used. And this was the first time it was on full HD. This time it's on QHD. How much better will the S8 be in the Gear VR than the versus the S7? I have not tried it yet, so I just tried to see if it worked, and it worked, but I will go over it in future. Since when did T-Mobile get gigabit service? This is the first phone to take advantage of, so they've had it now for less than a year, but they've had it. They've been testing it, basically. I meant the Note 8 because it's supposed to have a fingerprint scanner on the display. Yes, the Note 8 will have a fingerprint scanner on the display. When do the transfer from the old iPhone to the new one, does music move over too? Yes, music transfers over. Continue doing a great job in your coverage. It's excellent. Thank you. Hashtag no 5 is boss. Ricky, are you planning to do a full review on the ZenWatch 3 anytime soon? Unfortunately, I was never sent the ZenWatch 3. I did ask Asus for it, but never got it. Can you transfer music easily using the transfer tool? I would recommend, I did a video on how to transfer over all your iTunes music. I recommend doing that way. It's through Google Music as opposed to doing Smart Switch. Smart Switch will only transfer over the songs on your phone as opposed to your entire music library. Note 8 6 gigs RAM confirmed. No, it's not confirmed, but it most likely will happen. What do you think of the battery size will be? That's a very tricky thing because Samsung is very frightened of that, I'm sure. What do you call a bunch of security guards in the Samsung store of the Guardians of the Galaxy? Yep. Did you test out the Gear S3 on the S8 to see how far it can go with the connection being lost? It's the same because the Gear S3 does not have Bluetooth 5.0. I'm thinking the Gear S3 Frontiers, will they launch a new watch with the Note 8? Yes, that's when they launch the smartwatches with the Notes. Do you think the S9 will be a drastic design change over the S8? I think it'll be as drastic as, like, the S7 was an evolution of the S6, very subtle, and S8 was a bigger evolution. So I think you'll see that kind of evolution somewhere in between those. I mean, I can think of really a better design than the S8 right now. So yeah. Whoa, sorry, a whole bunch of questions loaded again. How is the screen protector working on the S8 since your video? If you didn't hear, I took it off. Had too many fingerprints for my liking, and the Alpha glass is really only made for the OtterBox cases, and I kept switching cases, so I couldn't use it. What color S8 Plus your wife have and bro getting? Neither one is actually getting the S8 Plus. They are Note users. My mom, my brother, and my wife are all Note users, so they're getting the Note 8 when it comes out. Will there be a Note 8 Edge? No, there's only going to be a Note 8, which will have an Edge. The word is that the next Note comes out won't be called the Note. I wonder what the new name will be. That word is wrong. It is going to be a Note. That's been decided a long time ago. Samsung has actually publicly said there will be a Note 8, 3 different occasions from 3 different countries. There's going to be a Note 8. That's it. There is a debate out there on the difference between removable battery and non-removable battery. What are your thoughts on the benefits and disadvantages of either? Well, the benefit's pretty obvious of removable battery. You can immediately get 100% battery life. That's an obvious advantage of it. You can also change out your battery only, so you can keep your phone for more likely a couple of years. However, since the advent of wireless charging, and since wireless charging doesn't damage your battery and doesn't allow your battery to be overcharged as direct plug-in does, then that kind of doesn't matter as much anymore, in my opinion, for the longevity purpose. So yeah, I mean, there's no real advantages to non-removable battery other than the fact that it allows for Samsung Pay, and obviously, yeah, it's a slimmer design typically because of it. Do you think that next to your Samsung S9, yes, I already answered that. Will wireless charging work with an OtterBox Strata case? Yes, it will. Do you think the Galaxy will move the fingerprint scanner on the S8? No, it's there. It's there. This is coming out this week for most of you. So yeah, the fingerprint scanner is there. Like I said, if you have a case, you never miss it, ever. I've never accidentally smudged my camera. It's right there every single time. So I think it's a little blown out of proportion. And again, don't get me wrong, I cussed out Samsung for doing that before I got the phone. Once I got it though, I saw that it was fine. Best S7 case, there's so many. It just depends on what you like. I like Spec. I like OtterBox. I like Caseology. I've used a couple of times, which we reviewed those too. Incipio, I'm still waiting on. I want to see the Scipio cases because I like the Octane series. But yeah, just waiting. How do you get movies from iTunes to the S8? Unfortunately, there is no way to transfer movies between OSs, simply because it's just such a legal thing that's so far over music. Music, they don't care as much, but movies, oh my god, they care so much. So there's no way to transfer over movies from Google, or it's why most people recommend use third-party services like Vudu or Amazon to buy movies, because that way it doesn't matter. Myself, I use Google Play Movies. So when I go to my iPhone, I can't watch a movie because every movie I bought has usually been through there. Some are through Vudu. I like Disney because Disney allows you to have all your movies across all of them with Disney Anywhere. So as long as you sign in to your Apple account and your Google account through Disney Anywhere, all your movies will be everywhere. So I like that. How do I? Oh yeah. There's going to be an iPad Pro 2. Yes, the iPad Pro 2 will most likely come out with the iMac and the MacBook Pro 2 in October. Is it Easier to Easter egg hunt today. How about the iPhone 8 and the X or the S8? Is it easier to Easter hunt? I'm not sure where that came from, but yeah. I mean I didn't Easter hunt. I didn't Easter egg hunt today, but yeah. I try to do the screen sharing, but it won't work. What do I do? I mean, I've done it and it works. Try turning both devices off and then turn them back on. See if that helps. Best, yeah, again, cases are up to you. Uh, you are you are a true tech because you always tell the truth. The consumers keep up the good work. Thank you, David. I appreciate that. What's your thoughts on moving the fingerprint scanner? Again, I think the fingerprint scanner would have been better on a different spot, but it is where it is, and I understand why they had to do it. The thing is Apple's going to do the same thing now. Apple's going to move the fingerprint scanner on the back because they can't put it on the front. So they're going to do the same thing. How about the Nintendo Switch? Still not worth buying, in my opinion, until Mario Kart 8 is coming out this upcoming, or next week, rather, so definitely excited about that. Here's a question for you. Bigsby on the S8 named after Bigsby, Oklahoma, like where the name came from. I do not know where the name came from. My assumption is, though, it's more of like a concierge idea, though. What Bluetooth speaker would be great for the S8 Plus? There is no Bluetooth speaker 5.0 yet, but I mean, I like a lot of them. I like UE booms. I like JBLs. I can't wait to see what new ones Samsung has now that they own Harman Kardon and see how that comes along. Can you talk about the front protection caseology cases, specifically the parallax? Is it safe to face down on a desk? The lip wasn't that big, so I would be cautious. Um, Whoa, sorry. Bunch of questions just loaded. When does the Note 8 come out? Notes usually come out in August, but again, until we get anything from leakers, we have no idea. You should do a challenge video using the iPhone as your daily driver for 30 days. I would not last past 2 weeks. That's always been my maximum. When is the phone? What is the phone you are looking at most forward to this year? The phone I'm looking most forward to this year is easily the Note 8. It's the Note. I love the Note series. Always have, always will. How do you keep all of your apps on the Galaxy S8 switched over? That's easy. You just use Smart Switch. Will you do a test between the Exynos and the Snapdragon variant? Yes, I already said I would. Once I get the final build, currently right now I do not have the final build for the Exynos version, software-wise, so once I do get it, then I will test it out. Why did Samsung already start working on the S9? Guys, that's so much rumors in that. So first of all, manufacturers get ideas about phones long before, but I guarantee you right now there's like 3 Note 8 still, and they're trying to decide between which one. They do this all the time. It's nothing like, oh my god, why are they doing this? This always happens with every manufacturer. That's why people got freaked out when there's like, there's 10 versions of the next iPhone. Yes, this always happens. They narrow them down as time goes by and eventually pick one of the versions. That's all that happens. Do you use Samsung Pay a lot? I use it a good amount. Ricky, how much do you weigh? I have not checked my weight, unfortunately. All this stuff on the Samsung coverage has kept me very busy. I will start again on definitely trying to lose weight starting in May, but as April is looking, I do not have the time to run as much as I used to. I'm still trying to watch what I eat more so, but man, that the running is what I don't exercise enough, and that's what I need to do more of. Why red iPhone color is so yeah, so a lot of people have asked about why did the iPhone go white on the color. It's just because they chose to on the front screen of the red one. I think black would have been better, as most people do on the internet. So yeah. Whoa. Don't have to worry about running out of battery. Will you give away a few S8 or S8 Plus cases? I think that's such a small kind of giveaway because you have to have a specific phone. Like, I'm going to buy and give away a fast wireless charger because that helps out a variety of different people that have different phones. But like, I tried to give away the View or what the heck is this called? Whatever this is called, the Pixel View or something like that. I forget what it's called. But I tried to give away this, and no one had a Pixel XL to give it away to. At least not the three top winners. So yeah, it's very hard. So I really want to do giveaways that can reach more of a broad audience than a narrow audience. Also, can secure folder shield messages? I've not tried it, so I have to try that out. How about G6? You going to buy a movie on Chromecast and Connect? Did I miss the first part of that? LG G6, you going to buy a movie and Chromecast Connect? Well, if you would Chromecast Connect it, it would switch automatically. It should switch automatically to a 16:9 if you do that. If that's what you're asking. Um, iOS has an app on Google Play app that watch all of your Google Play movies on an iPhone or an iPad. Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry. You are right. You are so right. For Google, because Google likes to do everything like that, you can do it on iOS. Sorry, my bad. It's been a long night, guys. I'm a little tired, and we're almost at an hour and a half. So yes, they can do that on iOS. I just don't ever have an iPhone that long enough to care. And I haven't reviewed an Apple TV, and I think that's when I would really use it. If you use Google Play Music, is there an easier way to transfer over downloaded songs or quickly re-download your entire library? Google Play Music, once it's on your phone, you can just download any song, any album you want, or playlist by going onto it and hitting the download button. You can use an Xbox or a PlayStation controller on the S8 with the adapter in the box. You can use a PlayStation. I don't think you can use an Xbox, or at least you haven't in the past. Is the fingerprint scanner really that bad to reach? Check out one in the store and didn't seem that hard. It is really, the fingerprint scanner is very easy for the S8 for right-handed people. I would say it is more difficult for left-handed, but again, a case helps you always find where it is. So always keep that in mind. Saw a Facebook post that Nintendo discontinued the SNES Classic. Yes, they did. Best rumored feature on the Note 8 stereo speakers. It's so cool to see you again. So many supporters after all the Galaxy videos. I've been with you for a while. Hope it becomes your full-time job soon. I hope so too. What is the best case-friendly glass screen protectors? OtterBox is no good. Zag is another really big one, but we haven't got ours from them yet. Were you more excited about the Note 7 or the current S8 Plus at the time? I don't know. I mean, the S8 Plus I love, but a Note is a Note. I've always loved Notes, so I don't know. Is it worth spending $40 on a curved glass screen protectors? Just ordered Spigen's. I've never done Spigen's screen protectors, so I'm not sure. I would say glass is better though. I heard Samsung is moving away from Google into the Tizen smartphones. Do you think this will happen? No. The reason why Samsung moved to Tizen is just in countries where $100 smartphones are the predominant sales, such as certain countries in the Middle East. They are really big there. That's why Android created Android One phones over there too, for that reason specifically. And that's where Samsung has their Tizen smartphones. It's basically so Samsung doesn't have to pay Google for every phone there. If you didn't know, obviously every Android device, Samsung has to pay Google a royalty for using Android OS. So they don't want to do that with a $100 smartphone, and that's where Tizen phones come into play. What happens if you don't send back the pre-production S8? Then I would probably not gain early access next time around, so that would suck. That means like I would not have early access for the Note, basically. What is the best case for the S8 Plus? Pre-ordering one tomorrow? Again, it depends on you. Where can I get HD wallpapers on the S8 Plus? Check out our Facebook page. On Facebook, I will be putting a bunch of OLED-friendly wallpapers soon. If you choose only one smartphone and one tablet the next 6 months, which one would it be? It would be the Note 8, and currently right now I love the Tab S3. I have a Samsung S6 and struggle to use Android Pay. Doesn't read the first time. Where's the receiver? On the top or the bottom of the phone? It's almost towards a little bit closer to the bottom, if I'm not mistaken, on the S6, although it has been about 2 years, or 2 years since I had the S6. Is there any 5.0 devices to use with the S8 Plus? Currently, no, as far as I know. There might be some really expensive ones, but not as far as I know right now. Do you think stereo speakers, Harman Kardon branded, or will they just be included with EKG headphones, or both? I'm not sure. What is your opinion on Samsung's new premium care? I think it's good for what it is, but I think it could be better. They're not struggling, right? So you don't need to give it in free like HTC does. Some people criticize Samsung for doing that. Oh, why don't they give it free? Companies like HTC give that kind of service for free. But they're struggling to sell phones, so that's why they're giving it for free. So yeah. I have a Pixel XL. I'm gladly expect. If the S8 Plus has Gorilla Glass 5, do you prefer the tempered glass or not? Again, I think tempered glass is great for most people. I didn't like mine, so yes. It depends on the person. On the official AT&T S8, just making sure, is the ugly AT&T logo on the back or under a sticker? I forgot, actually. So, is it on the back? No. On the S8 for AT&T, it is. They do not have their logo anymore. Thank God for that. Keep the good work. Thank you. Best screen protector that is case friendly. I would probably recommend Zag, but I have not used it yet. Spigen versus UAG. We have gotten word from UAG that they will be sending a case over to us, so I will let you know when I get it. Is the S8 Plus really better, much better than the S8 in battery life? Yes. Is the 8 you have official? If so, how did you get it early? I get mine tomorrow. Again, I've already explained that several times. How about the new iPads for 2017? We will be reviewing the new iPad against the Galaxy Tab S3, so that video will be coming probably in about 2 weeks after all this S8 dies down. I pre-ordered the S8 Plus on March 30th, so Samsung picked certain people to give Samsung Care to, or will it be everyone who pre-ordered the S8? As far as I know, it's not given for free, unless I'm mistaken. I don't think it's given free. You have to pay for it. Coming from a Note user, I'm gladly hyped for the Note 8. I will continue giving AKG headphones on the Note 8. Possibly. We'll see if it works out well. What are your thoughts on Chromebooks? I think Chromebooks are great for certain people, but obviously lacking for others, so it depends on the person. What are your thoughts of the two-piece case for the Galaxy S8? I hated that case. Daydream VR. Thank you, Jefferson. Yes, Daydream VR. Again, very late, guys. Long week, too. Will you need a DeX to use a mouse or keyboard version of Android? Or can you just connect mine via Bluetooth using phone screen and use a mouse? So you can use a Bluetooth mouse or keyboard on an S8 natively. You don't need anything else. However, if you do want to use OTG cable, you can do that as well in order to do a receiver to do it over 2.4 or 5.8 gigahertz. Overall, any solution will work, really. By the way, stay awesome there. Recently found the channel. Have a great in-depth experience for each device. Thank you. I appreciate that. Realistically, from what you know of the Note 8, how much more powerful hardware compared to the S8 Plus, considering gaming and power usage? If it has 6 gigs of RAM, that will be a lot more in terms for power users. But in terms of gaming, I don't know how much more it'll do. Do you think the Note series will be killed after the Note 7? No, Samsung's already confirmed it publicly several times. There will be a Note 8. Sorry if this has already been asked. What do you think about the S8 speakers? We have done a speaker comparison to the S7, iPhone 7 Plus, and Pixel XL, so check out those videos. Will the Note 8 have a bigger battery, or will Samsung play it safe? That is the question. I'm not sure. What would be the next innovation for the Note 8 besides dual camera, dual speakers, 4K display? Alright guys, I think we will call that a show. We went a little bit over an hour and a half this week. Hopefully you did like the show. Please give a like, thumbs up. It really helps out the channel before you leave. It really helps. So and share this. Share your favorite S8 video or any of the recent videos with your on your social media. It really helps grow the channel. And again, I would love to do this full time, but I need you guys in order to do it. So share all of our videos so that we can make that happen one day. All right, guys, thank you so much for always watching. And yeah, lots of other videos. The battery charging test will come up tomorrow morning, and the battery life will come up tonight. Or sorry, not tonight, tomorrow night. Long day. All right, guys, thank you as always again for watching. This has been RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy.